What's good, y'all? AB Media 83 here. And I don't know about y'all, but it's a little moist in here. It's just a little moist in here. I don't know what the problem could be. What's going on, J Ross? Just a little it's a little moist in here. On today's show, we're gonna be talking about a Pander African. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Nope. Nope, believe it or not, that's not the Pander African I'm talking about today. The Pander African I'm talking about today is oh, how can I say this? The Pander African I'm talking about today is Dr. Moist Watkins. Yes, Dr. Moist Watkins is who we're going to be talking about today. Now, what you thinking? Why are we talking about Dr. Moist Watkins today? Well, unfortunately for Dr. Moist, he decided to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. No, that's not a misprint. Dr. Moist Watkins decided to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. Now, I don't know what episode this happened on, but apparently he was talking about Anton, and Anton pulled up on him, and Dr. Moist Watkins mentioned Kevin Samuels. And he pretty much said that anybody that followed Kevin Samuels is, not a man because we didn't simp for his wife like he did. Oops, did I say that out loud? Um, how dare you tell a woman that that they're going to die alone? How dare you? How dare you? You should have married the heifer that turned me down in college like I did. How dare you? How dare you criticize our black women? How dare you tell her she's gonna die alone? Now, to Anton's credit, he reminded Dr. Moyes that she interrupted his show. If I'm not mistaken, Kevin was had another topic going, and she interrupted his show to talking about her dating life. And Kevin gave an honest assessment of it. You should also remember that Kevin didn't talk to the women first. Kevin Samuels did not talk to the women first. He talked to the men first. And trust and believe, he was much tougher on us than he was on the women. You wouldn't know that listening to some of these BWs out here, but facts are the facts. But Moist Watkins decided to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. Oh, how dare you tell a black woman she gonna die alone? Side note, nobody cares if a black man gonna die alone, but how dare you gonna tell a black woman that she can't get a man and she gonna die alone? Get a dog and die alone. How dare you? By the way, if I'm not mistaken, that same woman came out and said she wanted to be single. So single now, so whatever. Yep, Zesty Watkins. Dr. Maurice Watkins decided to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. Nonetheless, and well, what's that old saying? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Take a close look at these two pictures right here. We don't know who that is. That is Dr. Moist Watkins on his knees proposing to a heifer that turned him down when he was still in college. On the left. On the left. That is a picture of Dr. Moist Watkins on his knees proposing to the heifer that turned him down in college. By the way, she got kids of her own that aren't Dr. Moist, and he proposed to her anyway. Now, take a look at the picture on the right. That is Dr. Moist Watkins. I'm not sure what that lady's name is, but that's his wife, and that's Willie D. Next, that's Willie D. On the right, on the far right corner. Now, let me ask you a simple question. No, 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 not really a question, but look at her body language. What does that woman's body language scream to you? Seriously, what is that woman's body language? Just look at her body language. What does her body language scream to you? Just a real question. What is that woman's body language scream to you? I don't know about you, but the one on the left screams, "I have nowhere else to go." And the one on the right screams, "Willie D." Yes, Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. Willie D, why couldn't it have been you? I'm stuck with this simp. Why? Why couldn't I marry you? I have nowhere else to go. Yet Dr. Moist Watkins has Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. Once again, for those of you just coming in, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App and support the show. The Cash App is pinned to the top. Or hit the Super Chat. Hit the Cash App. I get access to my Cash App easier, so hit the Cash App, support the show. But yeah, Dr. Moise Watkins got Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth while he's proposing to a lady that turned him down in college and had a bunch of kids afterwards. But he has the nerve to have Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. And earlier, he had the nerve to criticize black men who didn't want to date a single mother with 7 children. But hence the reason the title of my stream is called Moist. It's a little moist in here. And I do consider Dr. Moist Watkins a pander African. He panders to black women, probably because they're the only ones who are willing to give him money. Oh, by the way, so for those of you who've been living under a rock and just don't know, Dr. Moist Watkins brought a couple of well-known female content creators to us. Do you want to know who those well-known female content creators are? He brought us none other than the infamous, now banned, Iron Bang. Yes, that Iron Bang, Cynthia G. Yes, Dr. Moist Watkins is the one that put Cynthia G on. Another infamous black woman he put on is oh how can I say this? I personally call her the airhead. He also gave us the airhead and neo-Nazi sounding. I wish that was a joke. Paris Milan. Yes, Paris Milan started with Dr. Moist Watkins. Yes, those two heifers that are notorious for crapping on black men and saying all kinds of evil crap about black men. That all that was brought to you by Dr. Moist Watkins. Hey, what's going on, Namer? But yeah, all of this was brought to you by Dr. Moist Watkins. Oh, by the way, Dr. Moist Watkins also bought you. Although to be fair, she's not really hard on black men, although she's a feminist. He also brought you Yvette Carnell, along with Vicky Dillard. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with Vicky Dillard. She's pretty cool. She's a little out there, but she's cool. She's working with Phil Scott now, but he also bought you Michi X's crazy ass. And no, that's not a misprint. He bought you Mrs. X's Michi X's crazy ass. Now, to be fair, Michi X is all over the place, but all these women who are now content creators were brought to you by Dr. Moist Watkins. And for you, those you just coming in, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show. I'm talking about Dr. Moist Watkins because he had the nerve to put Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. And now he's paying the price for it. And I'm calling it out. He had the nerve to put Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. Make Kevin Samuels rest in power. So I'm using this stream to remind everybody who Dr. Moist Watkins is. Now, as you can see on the screen, that is a picture of his wife. And all I'm pointing out is look at her body language. Doesn't it scream, I have nowhere else to go? And also screams, Willie D, why couldn't it have been you? I'm stuck with the simp. Why couldn't it have been you? Why couldn't it have been you, Willie D? I'm stuck with this simp over here. Why couldn't it have been you? But this is the guy that has Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. Now, I think I've talked enough. If anybody wants to come up and talk about how Dr. Moist Watkins is, by the way, just for the record, his name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. But for this context, I'm using Dr. Moist. Anybody wants to come up and talk to me about Dr. Moist, you could do so now. But yeah, Dr. Moist Watkins had the nerve to have Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. Well, nevertheless, Namer, you see the look on her face for him. Why couldn't it have been you? You see, I'm with this simp. He's like, I don't want to be with the simp, but you're a better simp than he is. Why couldn't it have been you, Willie D? But I'm stuck with this simp over here. This little simp over here. Oh well. But you can't make this stuff up. Dr. Moist Watkins had the nerve to put Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. Hence why this stream is happening. Hence why I'm just showing you who Dr. Moist Watkins is. What's that old saying? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's see who we got coming to the stage. Hey, what's going on, Nema?
Oh, hang on a second. We got ads for you, AB. This moment of simpery is brought to you by
Yeah.
Simp Joy Juice, the joy juice of simps worldwide. That's Simp Joy Juice, made with 100% organic walrus milk.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I miss that ad from the Bronze Sexual Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that's also this moment of simpery is brought to you by Hooked on Simp Shit. For the
Yep.
simp that wants to talk like an absolute simp, dial 1-800-SIMP.
Y'all hit the cash app and support the show, or hit the super chat. But yeah, I saw O'Shea's video earlier. I was like, oh man, I gotta talk about this.
You know,
But yeah,
is it
Doctor,
me or oh sorry, excuse me about that.
go ahead.
Is it me? Does it seems like, O'Shea Duke Jackson is a bit of an instigator?
Yes.
Yeah. Some people, are really about that really on that bullshit when you think about it.
Yes.
So it is what the fuck.
Yeah, he fends on both sides of the fence, but
Oh, he
he
ride the fence?
yeah, he rides the fence. Sometimes he's on black woman's side, sometimes he's on our side. But he's making his money, whatever.
Hey.
But
Can't,
yeah, he did
hey,
this video today, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, and he showed the video of Dr. Moyes talking about Kevin Samuels.
first of
And
all,
I was like, what's going on, Craig? Let me put him back on the screen for a minute here. We're talking about where's it at? Here we go. We're talking about Dr. Moist Watkins today. Unfortunately for Dr. Moist, he decided to put Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth. And,
where's
and,
Bill
and
Duke when we need him?
talking about, how dare you tell a woman they're gonna die alone? Why didn't you marry my college sweetheart like me who turned me down in college? Oops, did I say that out loud?
First of all, this dude is like the poor man's Damon Dash when you look at him. So it's like a cross between Damon Dash and Lil Rel when you think about it. That's a fucked up combination right there.
Yep.
Secondly, one should stick to what he knows best, and that's finance. This man's talking about, black economic empowerment, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his main shtick. So stick to that. What the fuck is he talking about all this social shit? Not to mention the dude, he's a fucking simp. And look at this picture, by the way. What people fail to realize is this: Willie D is a simp in his own right. That's
Mm-hmm.
what people fail to realize. Willie D's a simp. So I mean, even amongst simps, there's select and non-select apparently.
Yeah, but
There's a
yeah,
simps that are desirable
you
and
ain't
undesirable
saying
simps.
never.
Because
I know he might be a simp, but just, that picture still speaks 1,000 words. I'm just
oh,
saying.
it tells the whole story, man. Because look at it. First of all, this old heifer. Let me tell you something. Everybody will tell you that when it comes to every woman doesn't really want to get married. They just want to be a bride.
Mm-hmm.
They just want the shit. It's like you remember that movie? Was it Chris Rock? I think I Love My Wife with Gina Torres and Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
And Kerry Washington was telling Chris Rock she was going to get married, and he said, "You don't want to get married. You just want the show, man. You just want to be the center of attention for one day and have all your girlfriends mad at you."
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I mean, the bouquet toss and
That's what a
everything. What
lot.
do you think
That's what a
that's
lot
all
of them
about?
want. They just want the win. They don't want to be a
Mm-hmm.
wife,
What do you think
huh?
you have? What do you think you have shows like Bridezilla and Say Yes to This Dress that are huge reality shows and such, especially on TLC and other shows, other networks.
Yeah, I don't have cable anymore, so I don't know what's on TLC anymore.
Consider yourself fortunate. I mean, I got rid of my cable almost a decade ago. I stream with certain shit, but I don't really follow a lot of shit that I'm not streaming on.
But
I
that doesn't
mean,
surprise me. That TLC got something like that. But
oh, they've had that for like over 2 decades, man.
let me remind you, Dr. Mark Watkins bought you the infamous Iron Bang and the infamous Airhead, Paris Milan. They
Two
came out of
people
his
I
camp
would
and
never
they
want to
all
have
talk and they all talk about how he didn't pay him properly. Oops. But he's supposed to be a finance guy. Oops, did I say that out loud?
pay them. First of all, what are they now? They crime foul like Taraji P. Henson was crime foul after The Color Purple flopped.
No, it's actually worse than that because at least Taraji P still says she loved black men every now and then. These heifers, with the total opposite direction, they left voice and started hating on black men.
Key phrase every now and then regarding Taraji P. Henson.
Every now and then, yes.
Yeah.
She was fine.
I mean, if
She
it
was
was
fine
Tip,
when she was younger, but still was man.
I mean, she was a baby boy, every other show. I never really found her attractive. I just looked at her, just knew, you catch a bad vibe from being around her.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I look at certain women, I look at certain black women, and I get it like it's not the ick, it's just I look at them and I just like instinctively I know it, just like the back of my mind, I get that gut feeling. No, uh.
Yeah.
This heifer's bad news.
I ain't gonna lie. She could be pretty as hell, but if she's a total asshole, it's just a turn off.
Shouts out to Halle Berry.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Halle
But
Berry's
anyway,
hard.
it's like she couldn't get it right with both white guys either, and both of them got custody of the kids she gave them.
Yep.
I mean, her daughter from Gabrielle, who's a French Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
and then that was the boyfriend she had her first child with at 40. And then, she married Olivia Martinez, with whom she has a daughter named Maceo.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fuck that? And apparently they got into an altercation, Aubrey and Martinez. I wonder how that was like, in French.
Really?
There
Okay.
must have been a lot of French cursing, I'm sure. I mean,
But yeah, for those
understand
of you
that.
just coming in, like, share, subscribe, get the cash app, support the show, or hit the super chat.
Hmm. So all things
But yeah,
considered, like, what exactly did he say about Kevin Samuels this time?
he was crying that how dare that everybody follow Kevin Samuels think black women should die alone, blah blah blah.
How long has it been since Kevin passed?
About 2 years. It'll probably be around 2 years in May.
Oh man, it's coming. Is that close? Is it? We're coming up to it. Okay.
Yes,
Oh wow, it's
I
like
still
it's like
remember what I was doing that day. Platinum Elite announced that he passed away, and I was like, come on, man, that ain't nothing to joke about. Then I saw on a couple other channels. Then eventually, I emailed BGS in the background, and unfortunately, he confirmed it.
we don't know how it happened. We don't know anything. That's up to the family to disclose. All we
Yeah,
know is just may he rest in
um,
power and everything. May he rest in peace.
yeah. And I
Um,
was like, damn. I was hoping it wasn't true, but and despite his animosity toward him, even Angry Man called him because
you
he
can't.
was concerned.
I mean, we all have. I mean, you can't forget between 2016 and 2018, I believe it. No, 2019, 2020,
Mm-hmm.
when BGS had the Coliseum. Man, we all come over. We all be meeting up and everything. We all be
Yes, sir.
chopping it up and having good laughs and shit, man. Those were some good times. But
Yeah.
we all learn. I mean, I remember having conversations. I remember chopping it up with him in the Coliseum and getting to know and getting to hear about his stuff, especially when we talked about like getting mental health and everything. And one time I almost got into it with him, but thankfully Cerulean pulled me aside and explained to me. And that's not how he explained to me what he said, because he said
Yeah,
something
and I'm glad
I
you said that
misunderstood.
because there's a misconception that all Kevin Samuels did was talk to the women. No, he talked to the
No,
men first, and he was
he
actually
talked to us.
harder on us than he was on y'all. So get
I
that thought
remember.
out
No,
your get that thought out
what I
your
mean
head.
is, because I remember he said something I did not I misunderstood, and I took exception to it. I said, "Excuse me, what exactly did you say?" Because he said something about, like, he was talking about his ex-wife, and he said something about a cluster B personality disorder. And I thought he said border, like he said she was a borderline. And I said, it's this, that, and the third. And I was like, what the hell you mean borderline? Because I had BPD, and it was only Cerulean who had to pull me aside. I said, no, he meant borderline narcissist. That's not what he meant, kid.
Okay.
So I was appreciative for that. I missed Cerulean. That was a good dude. Got a chance to talk to him like 3 years ago, but 2.5 years ago. But just you don't
Yeah, he turned.
disrespect the memory of the dead, yo. You don't.
Yeah, you have to ask Charles Russell. I don't know what happened to him. Really.
No, I bumped into Cerulean one time. We met one time.
Oh,
He
okay.
remembers me, but vaguely, but it was a long time ago. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
It's just but like for Dr. Watkins to be upset about somebody, is it because nobody's following you?
Mm-hmm.
You're a grown. What is how old is Dr. Watkins, first of all?
I think he's between his 40s and 50s.
So this is like a second half Gen Xer. He's a late Gen Xer.
Yeah, he's a Gen Xer. Who we got? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the simp is strong among the Gen Xers, unfortunately. That's a
What's
hard
going
truth
on?
that come to face.
What's
I'm
going on,
sorry.
JX?
What's good? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, I
Salute.
saw you were live, so I thought I would pop in for a little bit.
Yeah, we're as you can see on the screen, we're talking about this sip right here, Dr. Moist Watkins.
He's irrelevant at this point.
Tell me about it.
For the most part, yes, but he decided to put Kevin Samuels' name in his mouth.
Oh, really? What did he say?
How dare you tell black women they're gonna die alone? You should have married your college sweetheart that turned me down in college, like I did, after she had kids and was married again. Was married.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on him. Like,
Yeah,
he's
not
to
to mention.
me, he kind of ran his course on YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
you got Vet Cardinal that don't like you. You got now Anton that doesn't rock with you. And if he's really said all this, so he's looking for attention at this point.
yeah, and don't forget, he's the one that brought us the Iron Bang and the Airhead Paris Milan.
Yeah. I mean, he's a gynocrat, so
Yeah, he was crying the other day that because you know that video going around talking about that single mother that has like 7 kids talking about she looking for a man.
yeah, I know exactly the video. Yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah, he's talking about you're not a man if you don't want to wipe something like that up. I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's delusion.
That's gaslighting.
I was like, really, boys. That's when I went and got this picture. I'm like, let me find that picture because and for the record, let me shout out to Corey Holcomb because he's the one that originally showed these 2 pictures. So shout out to Corey Holcomb, but
Mr. Call him Fruit Booty.
and shout out to him because he the one that pointed this out. Just look at her body language. Her body language says it all in the pictures. I have nowhere else to go, and also Willie D, why couldn't it be you? You're a bigger simp. Come on, Willie D. You're a simp. Why couldn't it have been you?
Yeah, but Willie D, what is Willie D's like financial situation nowadays? He's got a podcast and whatnot. I mean, from the Ghetto Boys, Bushwick Bill is dead. Scarface is doing a lot of good shit. Is like, doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
Willie D, all you guys, what, the podcast? Nobody really rock with you. I mean, you dropping an album? Have you been touring?
No, but he's stepping for the brick lady. Oops, did I say that out loud?
I rest my case.
Yeah, he's stepping for the brick lady. Oh, I think I said it out loud again. Oops. Oh well.
Well, from what I understand, she ain't into men. She's not into men,
Yeah, that's
first
what I
of
heard
all.
too.
So, yeah,
That's
what
what
else
I'm
is new?
She's not into men, but I don't really care. I don't have to deal with her.
I remember, what was it like? We're talking about
Yeah.
hang on. I mean, like you say this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. I'm looking. She was like,
Yeah, just to
first
give you
of all,
heads up, Namer. I'm gonna have some fun tomorrow because tomorrow we get a little political. We got to talk about Fannie Willis. If you haven't heard, 6 of the charges she put against Donald Trump have been dropped.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
by the
So we're
courts.
gonna be talking about that tomorrow, and it goes to my point. That's why the pawns go first.
Did you think you were a queen? You're a pawn, bitch.
If you ask me, she's incompetent. And I got to make a short about that too. But before, if any BW's watching, before you jump down my throat, she's incompetent. She makes y'all look bad. I really do mean that. She's incompetent. You want to know why I say she's incompetent? You are prosecuting a former president of the United States.
Who should be prosecuted first and foremost, but you do so with the absolute
There's a
utter
lot of them that
incompetence.
should be prosecuted, not just Trump. But that's not the point.
That's true.
One of my points is you have to understand prosecuting a former president is the equivalent of prosecuting a 1,000 former mob bosses at one time. You got to remember, this dude gets Secret Service protection for life, and he still has access to classified documents and stuff. So what's that old saying? If you swing for the king, you better not miss. Come for the king, you better not miss. And your bright idea is to get your married boyfriend, who has no experience prosecuting criminal cases or RICO cases, and you pick him to prosecute Donald Trump, a former president? Really? That's incompetent. Think about it. If that was a white woman prosecuting a Democratic president, she would be laughed out of the room. But because
they have a black woman do it because they need somebody completely incompetent and make this look like an entire theatrics. This is just theater.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow.
It's a fucking game, yo.
Hey, what's going on, Snowman?
Hey, what's going on?
But we'll get more on Fanny tomorrow. But today, hey, what's going on?
What did fat ass Willis do now? I mean, Fannie Willis. I'm sorry.
You haven't heard? 6 of the charges that she put against Donald Trump have been dropped. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. But
all right,
pretty much.
Oh, even better.
Today, but this the purpose of this stream is to talk about Dr. Moist Watkins.
The fuck?
Wait! You forgot. Wrong music, BJ. Wrong music, Brian. You're supposed to go.
The fuck?
Hold on. No. We're talking about Boyce Watkins here.
Oops.
Hang on.
Not that one. This one.
Yeah, Doctor.
This woman wants a bigger sip in Willie D.
Oh shit.
Now, the reason we're talking about Dr. Moist Watkins today is because, well, you may as well get that music ready. He had the nerve to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth.
Again?
Yep.
Again.
Again? What the hell?
Again.
Dave Jagler? Do you believe it?
Yeah, he had the nerve to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. How dare you tell a woman she gonna die alone? You should have married my college sweetheart like I did, even though she turned me down and got married and had kids.
And
Got married to somebody else and had kids. So, oops, did I say that out loud? By the way,
Like I said earlier in the show, this moment of simpery is brought to you by Simp Joy Juice. The joy juice for simps worldwide. Simp Joy Juice. Made with
by the way,
100% organic walrus milk.
look, notice her body language in these photos.
Yep. This is too easy to dissect.
Oh, by the way, the gentleman next to her that she's looking at is Willie D.
Who's the biggest simp, but she's not gonna leave him. No, she's gonna keep. If she were, she would keep Willie as a side dude because look at it basically alpha bucks, beta bucks, no, alpha fucks, beta bucks.
Damn.
But yeah, you can tell by look on her face. Why couldn't it be you? I have nowhere else to go.
Exactly. This is, as I said, this is too easy.
Well, yeah, he got on live talking to Anton, talking about all you Negroes falling Daniel Samuels. How dare you tell black women they're gonna die alone and get a dog and die alone?
Well, Kevin Samuels taught them the importance of being well groomed. But here's the thing: not everybody can be, whatchamacall, stylish and profiling. Like some of us look better with a rugged look.
Yeah,
Because if you blue collar,
Yeah.
because first of all, some of us are blue collar, some of us are white collar, some of us are different collars. You
Mhm.
have to dress for the profession you're trying to aspire for. Some of us look better with the rugged look. We can't always be like well groomed. You have, first of all, KS, he came from the corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain aesthetics that's supposed to comply with that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, or hit the super chat.
And he was also teaching men how to view themselves with a certain level of confidence and grace, and be respectful and have some level of respect for who you are. If you're gonna have dread,
I was gonna say people like Boyce don't care about that though. Like you gotta remember, like the guy's what is he like he was raised with like a single mom. I think he had like a stepdad. So I think when he hears statements like that, he just reverts back to like he's still thinking about it from like a kid's perspective, if that makes sense. He's still thinking about little Boyce.
Which means he has unresolved issues.
100%. You can hear, yeah. I mean, why do you think he has all these issues with like Aved and Paris Milan, these random little YouTube?
Yeah, because he ain't paying them.
Well, it's not even that, but it's about his mind. His mind, he's cheap. Like, I mean, that's one thing. It's also like the dude. Maybe it's not connected. I just know that, like, for a fact, he used to talk about that whole thing about his mom and his background quite a bit, and then also the area he's from. I mean, he's from Louisville, like that. You talk about those Ohio cities, like those.
Shout out to the master teacher in the chat. I'm gonna be talking about that tomorrow, bitch. Yes.
But yeah,
Tell
me again what happened to Fat Ass Willis. I heard you say it, but I didn't hear it clearly. Tell me again.
Six of the numerous charges he put against Donald Trump got dropped.
You mean dismissed or dropped?
Pretty much.
Wait, were they dismissed by the judge, or she was unable to file them?
Dismissed.
They were dismissed by the judge, not dropped. That's two different things.
Sorry, dismissed. Dismissed
by the judge. Excuse me for the semantics, but we got to clarify sometimes, because it's not semantics. It's like basically.
And right now,
to drop the charges means she dropped the charges herself. Yeah. If they were dismissed by the court, that's the court dismissing them. The judge threw
Yeah.
them out the window.
Judge threw him out the window.
Yeah. I wonder if they
Which,
did so with extreme prejudice.
mm, and old fat ass Willis is thinking right now, Mr. Paul Allen. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but through it all, I
I'll
think
say this
Chris
tomorrow.
Bates would
I'm
sum
gonna
up
say
how
it
we
now.
view
I'll
it.
say this now about Fannie Willis. I think she's incompetent.
You
And
realizing that
I gotta do
now?
it. I gotta do it again.
no. I thought she's incompetent.
I gotta.
And I'll say what I said before. You're prosecuting a president of the United States, and your
Mhm.
bright idea is to get your married boyfriend who has no experience prosecuting criminal cases, and you're gonna put him on the case.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous. How dare you? How dare you say such a thing?
And since somebody's gonna bring the wage call, look, you're talking about black women. Let's be honest. If this was a white woman, she would have been laughed out of the court months ago.
True. No lie detected there.
Nope.
Just any other prosecutor, they would have been laughed out of the room.
Or as my partner on Snowman in the Morning says often, that lie can't be found.
Thank you, Cole Sports.
Indeed. That lie cannot be found.
Indeed.
But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. And thanks for giving me the proper terminology. The case was dismissed by the judge. Yeah.
So no charges were dismissed. Not the case, the charges.
Charges. And from what I heard, apparently, one of the reasons the charges were dismissed is because she didn't give the defense a proper enough time to review the evidence.
Uh-huh.
From what I heard, so I'll get more into that tomorrow. That's not really the purpose of the stream, but yeah.
We're here about Moist Watkins, and you're just responding to what's going on. And through it all, I'm just thinking.
What did Moist Watkins do this time?
I already told you. He had Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth.
Yeah, you did. I am sorry, you did say that. I'm like you, AB. I'm doing 6 things at once.
Okay.
In preparation for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what you got tomorrow?
My morning show.
Yeah. Sorry.
What's the agenda on the show tomorrow?
What's going on, JX? How are you, man?
I'm chilling. You know, getting ready for the season to start. So
yeah, same here. I think I got some Orioles games on my schedule. If not, I'll put them there.
I think you should.
That's a good team. That's a good team to watch.
I told you last year because you were saying they're slept on team. You know, the thing is, I follow them enough. I could give you the scoop on like who's coming up and who's there, and because there's some stuff that like I'm not.
Then I'll make you this offer. You want to be my Orioles correspondent?
Yeah, I could come if you have a game. I could come up there and kind of fill in the gaps on certain things, or give y'all a scoop. We can talk about it offline. I mean, I can.
Yeah.
You can
and they say men can't work together.
Yeah.
Guess what just happened, folks?
Because I can tell you.
By the way,
the team has a lot, but yeah, you can go.
Wait, JS, you played baseball, right? As a kid?
Yeah, I don't play anymore. Yeah.
Oh, what position do you used to play?
I did outfield and I pitched a little bit.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Who was your favorite pitcher of all time, if you have one?
Ooh, I haven't been asked that question in a while. I really don't know. Yeah, I have to get back to you on that because there's a lot. Like my brain is. Yeah. I have hitters. I would say like hitter wise, I probably would go for like. I hated him, but probably like Alex Rodriguez to a certain degree, but
right,
it might be kind of controversial because people don't. I don't think the MLB likes him.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of just stick with the Orioles. So I mean, if you ask me your favorite player, I can kind of go through them. But I mean, the rest of the teams, I'm like, but I don't know. Pitcher off the top of my head.
There are a couple of old Oriole pitchers. There are a couple of old Oriole pitchers that I hated because they were so good, especially against my White Sox. They
Like
were Scotty.
Palmer?
They were Scotty McGregor
Okay.
and Mike Bodker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look up the
Real quick, gentlemen.
yes.
I got to play this short. I was on TikTok and I actually had this Butthurt Blue. It wasn't one of the Black Brain Trust for the record, but it was Butthurt Blue told me I was ignorant because I went to the Democrat. So here's my response to it.
Oh no.
So let me get this straight. I'm ignorant because I make up my own mind. I'm ignorant because I don't vote for the party that was pro-slavery. I'm ignorant because I don't vote for the party that started the Ku Klux Klan. I'm ignorant because I don't want to vote for the party that played Birth of a Nation in the White House. I'm ignorant because I don't want to allow a Dixiecrat to define my blackness.
Dixiecrat.
He actually is a Dixiecrat. I mean, I mentioned this earlier. I remember
This is why I call them
I love that term.
no matter who.
I love that term, Dixiecrat.
But consider this here. A lot of people don't know this, but like when we talk about the Mason-Dixon line, it divides. It starts from Delaware, and it divides the whole state. So half the state, one part of the state, you will see Confederate flags being flown. On the other side, it doesn't. So I've always asked that question: where was Biden's constituency when he was voted into Congress? Which district did he represent, or which constituencies did he represent?
Delaware.
Is it where in Delaware? Where exactly? Is it on the south of the Mason-Dixon line or north?
But
of the
Delaware's
Mason-Dixon
not like
line?
a southern. I could tell you, like it's not.
No, that's why I said it's divided. It's split.
But it's not even split like that. It's Delaware culturally is I mean, during the Civil War, maybe they lean more like because they do have like a big farm, like chicken farm and corn and tobacco back then. But
yeah,
now, like nowadays, Delaware is like a Philly suburb. The part he represents specifically, I've been to a million times because it's actually tax free. It's like it's really just like an extension of Philly, like the Philadelphia G League team. The Sixers G League.
Okay, so it's north of Mason-Dixon.
Oh, the blue coats, Delaware blue coats.
Yeah, they play where he represents. So like, it's just a Philly suburb. It's not like it's normal people. I mean, the thing is, it's like a.
JX, you muted yourself.
Yeah.
JX, you're muted.
No.
JX, you're muted.
Dude, you muted.
Uh-oh. Okay.
But that's why I asked that question because you know, this man's a Dixiecrat. I think he was
Can you hear me?
Because
we got you.
Yeah,
now.
we can hear you.
Bobby, yeah, my thing cut out. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's just a normal
the part that he represents.
Yeah, it's just he just bought and paid for by like most other politicians, like by big companies. I mean, Delaware just has a lot of like tax incentives. So I mean, he's pretty much like lock and step with them. But I'm not as deep a political analyst as some other people. So there's probably details I'm missing, but I do know that for a fact because you know Delaware is pretty much like a big corporate. What is it? The corporate shell.
Here's a detail to give you, JX. JX.
Yeah, what's up?
Here's a detail they give you. Biden's mentors were segregationists, Dixiecrat segregationists.
Oh, 100%. I know that. Yeah.
So that explains a lot.
Dixiecrat.
I love it, Dixiecrats.
Only thing you can't say about this guy is that you know this man is a teetotaler, from what I understand, which means you know he abstains from alcohol and shit. So even then, you look at him, you're wondering. So, you know, because the guy is known for rambling and going on off and just talking about, you know, you just look at him and he's like, since when was he like this? He's been like this even long before he was vice president, man. This guy's been partially losing his sense of reality since then.
Yeah.
And look at the state of this entire election. It's like the last one. It's a battle between two geriatrics.
Yep.
Both of them just as racist. Both of
Once
them
again,
don't give a
yep.
shit about black people.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Just what it
And he
is.
realizes, and you got proponents on both sides. You got
Oh, by the way, they
the
both, if I'm not mistaken, they both clinched the nomination today
They both clinched the
nomination
nomination.
for their parties. Yep.
before
So it's
reaching
official.
their conventions.
It's going to be a rematch.
When
Grab
their
your
convention's supposed to be?
grab your sombreros, amigos. Here we go again.
Shouldn't we be
Mhm.
grabbing? Should we be grabbing some winter hats and heading up north instead?
As I said, grab your sombreros, amigos. Here we go again.
Yep.
Run for the borders, eh? It's gonna be pretty cold, eh?
Here we go. Here we go again, kids.
Or in the words
Pretty
of
much.
Samuel Jackson in Jurassic Park, hang on to your butts.
Yep. Or as was said in one of my favorite movies of all time, Smokey and the Bandit, hold on your ass.
Hmm. Can't make this stuff up.
You,
Oh, thank you.
oh no, Kevin Samuel said it better. Campbell Seven
Thank,
K said
thank,
it better.
thank you
Please.
for saying. Thank you for saying that. And this time I am ready. I believe it goes like this.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Sure can.
Oh,
For a
I
minute I thought I was making up that Dr. Moist hadn't heard to put Kevin Samuel's name in his mouth. But you
The
know,
nerve. He had the nerve.
wait. I should have when you first talked about it, AB, I
mhm.
should have followed up with this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yep.
Exactly.
I should have followed up with that. What in the all types of blue hail? Mm. Damn.
But by the way, Snowman,
Yes, sir.
when are you gonna bring back the Bron Joy Juice ads? Is it because is there
I
some?
have to
I mean,
find it.
you have
I,
to find it. Is it? Are the seals? I was on strike or something.
no. I did one yesterday. It seems like they're on strike. It seems like they're on strike, but they're not. They will never,
Oh,
ever, ever be on strike.
all right. They're on maternity. They're all on maternity leave right now. They'll be
Yeah,
back in a couple weeks. It's just pupping season. That's why.
they'll be back next. If,
Blah,
considering
blah,
some of the
blah,
stuff,
blah.
some, you know what? Here you go.
What in the all types of blue hell?
What in the all types of blue hell?
Let me see if I can couple it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Mhm.
Not just
Yeah.
what in the blue hell, folks, but what in the all types of blue hell.
Hmm.
Speaking of Braun, I don't know if anybody caught my comment in the show earlier today. I said, unlike LeBron, Jordan embraced the baldy, and it became an iconic look throughout the '90s.
Yep. And that lie can't be found. You know, and when I did that, when I read that that comment, if you want to call it such, man, the disdain in which that comment was written, or that post was written, I beg your pardon, but I just questioned I said, do you even watch basketball? More to the point, pay attention to basketball. And when
Hmm.
he said we're done with the 90s, that gave me the clue that this is a Braun lover.
Hmm. Oh, I
Because
neglected to mention it, but I'm now at 2,000 subscribers.
nice,
Congratulations.
very nice, very nice. Hey, y'all hit that like button and support the stream via
Nice.
Cash App.
Yep, I'm now at I think it's like 2019. Last I looked.
I'm close to 1,200 myself.
Oh,
And,
good.
Congratulations.
and I think the college sports scene is going to put me over the top for the remainder of the
Oh,
year.
that's ironic.
What's
I
that?
I literally have 2024.
Oh, wow.
How many? How many?
2024. I love it.
The irony. He was 5 years behind. Now he caught up.
The absolute irony. I'm now getting some revenue by having ads run on my videos now.
Sweet.
Sweet.
I just want to know if I can move this with all the success I have to this channel to the one that I have started because I want to get everything in sync with my email address. I'm just wondering if I can do that.
I got no clue.
I'm looking into it.
Yeah. Also,
I have 40. I got
I got almost 1 million views.
nice. When I did Nebraska and Iowa, almost 4,800 viewers.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna create a short film.
Actually, I got a short with over 1,000 likes on it.
Nice.
And this is a doozy. I'm gonna give you a hint with this one. This is most likely hurting butthurt blues feelings a lot.
Oh boy.
Figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. Our message to the black community in this election will be a very simple one. If you want strong borders, safe neighborhoods, rising wages, good jobs, great education, and the return of the American dream, then congratulations, you are Republican. It's pretty simple.
Damn.
Which one you think? Which one would you pick?
Neither. Because one doesn't give a fuck about your ass. The other was gonna lie to you. Because let's not forget who represents what.
I already told y'all what I'm doing on election day. I'm gonna be
The George Carlin thing.
Yep. I'm going to sleep.
Shout out to the couch. Or the bed, whichever one.
I'm going to be part of the couch gang on election.
And he's not talking about Tim Couch either.
Oh no. No. No.
It's been 25 years. It's been 20 years since I last heard that name, Tim Couch.
Tim Couch. Like I said, shout to the couch gang, but I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not taking this shit in.
Didn't he used to play for the Redskins?
You mean
I know he played for the Browns. He was drafted by the Browns.
Yeah.
He played for the Redskins.
Let's find out. Real-time research. Let's find out.
Because I heard him, he was playing with the Redskins.
If I'm not mistaken, Tim Couch, I remember he got into some kind of shit with another quarterback. I think it was over a woman. He was in some kind of love triangle.
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to find where he put. I'm trying to find the.
It should be in the wiki.
Thank you.
I'm looking at Wikipedia right now. Tim Couch.
Yeah, it says Cleveland Browns.
Oh, he's 45. He's like 46 now. He's from Kentucky. He went to the University of Kentucky?
Yeah, he was
drafted.
He's a Wildcat.
He was a Wildcat. Okay. He was drafted by the Browns. He played with the Browns from. He only played for the Browns.
He only played for the Browns.
Okay.
He only made the practice squad for both the Jaguars and Packers.
Mm-hmm. He played 5 full seasons, all but Cleveland. And his last one is where he got injured.
Okay, I thought he played with the Redskins. Okay, I'm staying corrected.
Yeah.
Snowman, I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
What's your thoughts on the what are they called? The Boilers this season?
What?
Purdue basketball, men's basketball.
Choke
Well,
artist.
So
Okay.
overhyped.
Overhyped and underperformed.
Okay.
The
So
three
who's your
times
team?
they were number one, they got taken down.
So who do you think is the team to watch out for this March? Arizona or
Arizona.
okay, that makes sense.
Arizona. Although I wager they're going to disappoint me, but Arizona is one of the teams you should watch for.
What about I have a conference question, just like a general conference question.
I'm listening.
I've talked to someone offline, and I have this theory about how the ACC in general in sports, not entirely in its history, but in general now, especially now, the past maybe let's say 10 years, has
Suck
been
ass.
Yeah, like because I've seen players out there for
Suck
basketball,
ass.
football, and baseball, and they've all most of them have underperformed. And
Except for in baseball, except for Wake Forest, the ACC has sucked ass. I lived in ACC country for 2 years.
So you think Wake Forest is the only one that's popping for
baseball? Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm just saying, I'm not even talking about the teams, but I've seen players come out of all those schools and for those three sports: football, baseball, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been marketed as they're going to be the impact player, and they've always been a role
and they've
player.
Always sucked.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
They don't get the. Do you want my honest opinion, or do you want the truth?
My first question is: so you agree with that? They're bad in all three sports?
Fuck yeah, I agree with that.
And why?
Listen, even though North Carolina in basketball under the late great Dean Smith produced a lot of Hall of Famers, don't get me wrong. The ACC in the '80s produced a lot of Hall of Famers. Lately, they haven't produced a goddamn thing.
Yes.
Lately, they haven't produced a goddamn thing, and I will tell you why. The kids run the asylum.
In general, or ACC specific?
Listen to my sentence again. The kids run the asylum. More to the point, the student athletes run the asylum. Get the point?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
The inmates run the asylum, and it pissed me off. I mean, it got to a point. When I was down there, North Carolina was ranked, Wake Forest was ranked, and NC State was ranked. I talked to all three play-by-play voices on my show. I put in a request to all of them. I wanted to come check out a game, and I wanted to bring Jody with me as part of my crew. All three of them said no.
Why am I not surprised?
All three of them said no. Well, we don't, and here's the bullshit excuse they gave me. We don't know who you are. We haven't seen you before. Invite me out and I'll tell you, you stupid motherfucker.
By the way, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, or hit the Super Chat.
And support the Snow Strong Foundation in return also, so I can help some people out in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Listen.
Excuse me, Snowman.
Hey, yo.
Stupid motherfuckers, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Here's the kick. Here's the kicker. Someone told me the easiest one that I could get credentials for would be North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Mm-hmm. We planned a day, me and Jody planned a day to go to Chapel Hill so we can, drive around, look for a place, and possibly go to a football game at Kenan Stadium. 24 hours prior, they sent me a denial.
Wow.
24
This is what Bernie Mac said. This is why Bernie Mac, when he started his stand-up routine in Kings of Comedy, said, North Carolina, shit.
Mm-hmm. And then I got stricken with cancer. Duke agreed to pay all the hospital bills and everything like that. And then they fuck around and told my wife and me to get my affairs in order. Bitch, please.
I think Brett Fox would say better.
Mm-hmm. I didn't give
Bitch,
up.
Please.
I didn't give up. My wife didn't give up. And ask that. I'm sick and We got so sick. I got so sick and tired of visiting Duke Cancer Center, and I know it was. I know it was to keep me healthy and keep me going. I understand that. I dig that, but at the same time, they just pissed me off in many ways. They just pissed me off. I was in that joint for 21. I was in that joint for 21 days.
Wow.
3 weeks?
I was in that joint for 21 days.
3 weeks.
Yep.
And they did y'all dirty like that, man.
Completely dirty. And now the state of Indiana is doing us even dirtier.
So are you?
When was the state of Indiana known to fight fair or fight clean?
The state of Indiana is doing us even more dirty because I've applied 3 different times for disability, and all 3 times they said thanks, but no thanks.
Not happening. The bastards.
And you know what they threw at me as the main reason why? My wife's salary.
Yeah, you have to be dirt poor to get anything as a black man in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I am dirt poor. I haven't been able to work in 2 years. They don't care. They don't care. They don't fucking care. And that, to say that's the real thing that pisses me off. And the other thing is, I was encouraged by my in-laws to apply for disability. And then they're like, the worst they can do is say no. Like, you motherfucker. And then with all that going on, at the end of 2021, my brother-in-law pulled a fast one. Because, and I'll tell this story aloud because I'm sick and tired of holding it in. In fact, I'm going to talk about this later on tonight on Diary of a Mad Snowman when I get back from taking my daughter to work.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law pulled a fast one on me when my mother-in-law told him to talk to me about seeking a job. And I told all these people, I can't work because there's a cancerous tumor in my left side and it tends to flare up. And if it flares up, I'm going to be in pain. And if I'm in pain, I'm going to be no good. They didn't listen. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law had a nice talk with me, and I put the word talk in air quotes. And he was encouraging me about getting a job working at a hotel. And of course, if you work at a hotel, you have to stand on your feet. And I told him,
do that.
Couldn't do that. I would need a chair to sit down. It was what he said in the midst of throwing all this at me that pissed me off. When he said, quote, I know you do anything for Jody. As if to imply that I haven't already given her all of my best.
I wonder what happened when Jody caught wind of this.
That is why we're planning to move to Arizona.
Lycka til, or good luck in Norwegian.
Man, when he said that, I'll say it, I wanted to clothesline his ass for even implying I don't give my best for my family.
Douchebag, please.
If y'all only knew how bad I wanted to cuss him out right then and there, but I couldn't because I was living in somebody else's house. My wife wasn't home to defend me.
Exactly.
I'm sick. I am physically broke. I was physically broken at the time. I couldn't do anything. I can't.
And he had the nerve to. Oh,
And
Well, this is Indiana. This is Indiana.
Yep. He threw that at me.
Yep.
He was getting slick with you. He was getting slick with you.
I've been there.
January 22, night of the national championship. I'm going back and forth between the desk and watching the game, and a bigwig from the hotel chain had come in, and somebody else was there with them, and he befriended me. He pulled me aside and said, "Talk to me." So I let everything out. And AB, you're gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
The regional bitch that was there was a black woman.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And I got the old, maybe you need to rethink your career if you only took this job due to your brother-in-law. I marched my ass right behind the desk, pulled out my phone, and I said, "Baby, you need to come get me right now." Jody didn't say a word. She said, "I'm on my way." She came flying. I punched out, flipped them off, and left.
Good on you.
Yeah.
And to show y'all how much my wife knows me and loves me, we didn't go right home. We pulled into an empty Walmart parking lot. She turned to me and said, "Let it out. All of it." Now I did. I unloaded. I absolutely unloaded.
You just really had to. You got to get it out. You had to get it out.
Yeah. And not just
right there.
Unfortunately, I wish I could tell you, Snowman, it's just in-laws that talk to you like that.
No, it's not just in-laws. It's not just in-laws.
Yeah. You know what, Snowman? I can tell you right now from my own personal experience, given my mental health issues and such, consider yourself fortunate, because I've had to disconnect from relatives because, given the traditional stigma we have regarding mental health where I'm from.
Yep.
And I'm, as much as I love my relatives, and I know they're not going to understand, because I got some relatives up in Europe who understand it better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you a story. About 2012, I think it was 2012, 2013. I was in a real bad way, and I asked to check into a certain, into a psych ward.
Yep.
Stayed there for 3 days. I have an aunt who's in nursing. I called her. She was the first one I called. Let her know I'm in here. And she called my parents to let them know I was in there. She had to explain to them, no, he's going to be okay. It's just he's going through some stuff right now.
Yeah.
Now, my OCD being what it is, I didn't fit well in there, and I realized 2-3 things. I realized a couple of things in there. One, it didn't help. And I checked, and since I voluntarily checked in, I can voluntarily walk the fuck out.
Right.
So I did that 3 days later. Secondly, well, I can manage to hold my shit in, and I can work as a drug mule, smuggling shit up my ass. But sorry, it's just that it was something about certain things, certain places I can't go in. Public restrooms give me a willies. But because of those stigma of mental health and everything, my parents couldn't understand it. But when they realized I was in a really bad way, that's when they decided, listen, we gotta be a little more gentle with him about this, because he's not okay, and we don't understand it. We know, but we can't help you. But we're gonna try to be supportive as much as we can. The rest of them, we don't think we can tell that to them because they didn't understand it. But it was a good thing. But I'm glad my parents were more understanding, because I got a cousin up here. When they found out he's going through his mental health issues, I was the first one they called. They said, listen, we know you don't, we're sorry we don't understand what you go through, but there's a cousin, one of your cousins right now is going through some stuff.
Yeah.
and we knew you're the only one who can help him. And I was like, no problem. No problem. But, going through the shit, my parents did some soul searching, and, me and my father, we kind of reconciled after that. And this was before he had his stroke and everything. So we had a better relationship after that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, we started talking, when I got a chance to call him every once in a while, we talked, and we talked about mental health and stuff like that. But we also talked about, certain types of cancers and shit. I remember talking to my dad and telling him about, because my dad was a big fan, loved the Gap Band. And when I told him, Charlie Wilson's a prostate cancer survivor. And he decided to go get himself checked out for it. He came back clean. And then, I asked him, what did you have to go through? He said, this is what you go through when you go get tested. I said, okay. All right. And it took me a while to get my shit tested. But fortunately for me, they just did the PSA test.
Yeah.
Came back clean, so I'm good. So, but it's like having that kind of support. I understand, it's hard. I mean, being around certain family members or whatnot because of that shit, they couldn't help me. I couldn't be around them, and I thought it was best to be away from them. I love y'all, but for everybody's safety, I think it's best to be away from y'all.
I understand that.
And just yeah, I know they don't understand it. They can't understand it, and I don't fault them for not understanding it. But
Yeah,
the fact is, to have the right support network for that is really important. And Snowman, you got the right support system right there for you.
Yeah,
because this is not a one man shit.
Let me get it. I'm not gonna say names, but there's some family members I'm on no contact with because
Yep.
For those you don't know, I'm legally blind. I can't see out of my right eye, and I can barely see out of my left eye.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And I've had relatives act like I have 20/20 vision when I clean up a house.
Wait a minute. How are you able to manage,
brother?
If I may ask.
I get around, Lyft, and I got other services that are helping me out.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got.
You don't need to use a cane or anything like that, do you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still legally blind. Legally blind doesn't always mean you're totally blind.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you look at people with blindness, some people it's not completely like they can't see. It's like blurred vision for the most part, or they can like barely make out shapes. They can't see shit. It's due to certain, it depends on the person. Some people have diabetes related blindness or genetic disorders. Some people with the damaged retinas, there's cataracts.
Yeah.
I know people who went blind from cataract because it was too late to get them help. So like when.
Yeah, there's some relatives that I'm on no contact terms with, and I'm just not going to be around them.
Don't blame you.
Some of it's because of that, some of them because let me put it this way: I have a cousin named Keisha. Do I need to say anything else?
No more. The name says it all.
No, do not say anymore.
I love her dearly.
You ain't got.
Let's not get it twisted. I love her dearly. But I can't be around her.
You ain't got to say
Good
anymore.
move. Say no more, baby. Say no more.
It's like, and y'all know this because I've said it many times. My dad came up to me and said, "You have a choice: get out or get the hell out." I chose.
I know you related to Marcellus Wallace.
You
either be gone, or either you get gone, or you're gonna be gone.
I decided to get gone.
No. You chose option 3. That was get the fuck out.
Yep. The options were get out and get the fuck out. And get the hell out. I added one. I got the fuck out. I got the fuck out. I did exactly what my wife predicted I would do. I got the fuck out.
And you wonder why we think she's got some black in her.
And it ain't no way I'm staying in a community that has done nothing but do me wrong and not support me when I became a broadcaster in 1995.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
All six
Yeah.
five, all 6'5" of them.
All 6'5" of me. I mean, there's no.
Take your time.
I
Take
can
your
put
time.
it. I can say this plainly because I'm among brothers. In a sentence, support black businesses. My ass.
Mm-hmm.
My ass. Because they always want to. They always want to hook up. They don't want to pay regular price for anything, which especially
Yo,
means advertising. I have my
you know
rates set.
what?
I have my rates set for radio and video, for
Mm-hmm.
audio and visual advertising,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not changing them.
Excuse me, Snowman.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a couple years ago, you and Cole talked about something like this because Cole mentioned there was an associate of his who was a restaurateur, a chef
Yep.
who opened his own restaurant in the
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood,
Yep.
and he couldn't get no traction. He had to and this was in reference when you guys were talking about the whole situation, sorry, the whole fallout of Coach Prime leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado.
Yep.
People are still are just so stuck on the hookup and stuck on stupid that way.
Stuck on stupid, and they continue
Well,
to be.
first of all, we ain't Chinese, so we can't be acting cheap like that.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta pay full price.
And they don't
Yep.
want to. And they don't, and they just don't want to. Period.
Everybody wanted free 99. I'm like, dude, if there's a decent discount, take advantage of it. If not, don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Listen, my my rates are set.
Hmm?
All right, my rates are set, and they begin at 250, and they begin at $250. So, and taking the advice of my wife, who is my chief financial officer,
Mm-hmm.
think of the equipment you have to buy for your studio and for on location. Think of the gas you need to use, the meals you need to get, and you'll figure out how much to charge.
Yeah.
So 250 is my lowest. The only time I go lower is if I'm running a special. I'm tired of always having to think of giving a hookup at a detriment to my services and a detriment to my company.
Oh,
Fuck
thank you
that.
for
Exactly.
thank you for reminding me, Snowman.
Yes,
PS,
sir.
if you ever ask me to build an iOS app, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's an app for the iPhone or the
Yeah.
iPad.
Yep.
It's going to be $3K up front,
Good.
and you want to know why it's going to be $3K?
Time.
Because one, not only time, I have to go buy a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do not understand that in order to properly compile app for the Apple Store for iPhone, iPad, or Mac OS,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's all under the same library, and now it's all under the same chip.
Yeah.
And you need a Mac to properly test that app.
Oh.
On top of the fact, it's $100 licensing fee every
Yep.
year. So yeah, you're gonna get charged without question. My pastor's a few years back was complaining because he has to have an app built, and the dude's price was $10,000.
Well,
and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm starting for local advertisers. I'm starting at $250 per week. and I'm damn near about to change that to 150 per show and up my prices because I'm tired. I keep telling people, look, and like, why do you charge so much? Well, one, I'm disabled. Two, I'm trying to turn this into an income, and three, there's a lot of things that y'all have to consider.
Yep.
I mean, you
Because
need a new sound
tired of
card
it.
for your phone, or for your laptop. You need some other this, that, and the third. You need a new mic.
Yep, I basically have to reconstruct my studio.
Rebuild your studio and everything.
I have
It's not
to
easy.
Build a website again.
I have to reconstruct my website, which I'm in the process of doing. That's a charge. I have to get some better equipment, for the look and the feel and the sound. Because I'm an asshole when it comes to my production.
Yep. Yeah, that's another thing. Website. It's gonna be 500 up front.
Like, why can't you take it just like this? Because I'm an asshole when it comes to production. If I don't get it damn near perfect or close, I don't roll with it.
When it comes to websites, I'm like 500 up front because if you can't tell me what kind of server you're running on, if you can't tell me the programming language you're using to run your website, you only be asking why I'm charging $500.
Yep, absolutely right.
500 at minimum, because
At minimum.
and you might get charged extra afterwards if I have to do maintenance on it. And before you asked, I did one a website and didn't get paid for it once for my church, for one of my older churches. Never again will I run a website and not get paid for it. It's just not going to happen.
Don't blame you.
I'm too old, and you're going to pay me for my time.
That's what I'm telling people. You're going to pay me for running your ads, doing the research for it, doing the script for it.
Yes, that too.
Hiring the voices. And I'm not putting my
yeah, especially if I have to make a logo for you. But that might be an extra 200.
That's what I charge. That's what I charge to make a logo. I'm waiting on one guy out of Chicago to pay me for the one I did for his radio station that he wants me to anchor. And I also put in the deal that he's going to help get sponsors, and that he's going to help get sponsors in that area because I haven't been in that area full time since 2014. I'm tired of being cheap, and I'm tired of the fucking hookup.
Yeah, skilled graphic designers are hard to find. People who know what typography, what different font styles are, that's very hard to find.
See, folks, you understand. It's not easy to run whatever venture you're going into, whatever profession you're going into. There's a lot of things involved.
Yeah.
You have to invest certain things into it.
And there's a lot that has to be invested. There's a lot that has to be invested into it.
People be surprised how many broadcasters have to get like oral, dental, and insurance for their throats and everything and their voices. Because that's their moneymaker. They got to protect their faces and everything. Look presentable if they're broadcasting on TV.
Yep.
You can't look scruffy.
Controversy news. The House voted to. It's not necessarily a ban on TikTok, but if TikTok's not bought within a certain amount of days, they're going to ban it.
Oh yeah. But TikTok is trying to. Well, when you look at TikTok. Sorry.
And naturally, TikTokers are up in an uproar, and rightfully so. But
we had to talk about TikTok actually, but yeah.
They probably won't succeed in that though. Like, it still needs to go to the Senate. It looks like they're trying to base it off of the app being not owned by an American entity. Which is true, even though people don't like TikTok. I mean, everyone knows it's owned by a Chinese company, and they have an office in LA. A big ass office in LA that people, they're technically American, but what I heard on word on the street and the tech community is that they work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, or at least they were back like when they first came in 2019, 2020, and definitely 2021. So they are Chinese culturally, at least they were in the office place there at the TikTok HQ over in LA. Actually no, a couple of people that or know of a few people that worked over there, and they pretty much were like none of them stayed there that long because they were working their ass off. But yeah, like I don't think it's gonna last. To be honest, like this whole ban thing, it's just marketing speak, because like you can't ban apps that aren't owned by like a entity in your country, because the same could be true for them. Like that means that Russia can ban Twitter. That means that India could ban Facebook. Like that, it's a slippery slope. So
it is. It is.
If I'm not mistaken, certain apps are already banned in certain countries when you think about it.
Well, they are. I mean, in China, they've banned a lot of stuff. Like if they ban it here, for start, I mean, there's benefits that can come out of it. I'm not going to say there aren't, but there's a lot of people like even snowman. Like I've seen people that like make sports content that go on TikTok. That a lot of your leagues get traction off of TikTok. Like those teams have accounts on TikTok to reach younger audiences. So it's pretty much like the dumbest thing on earth to really like. I know what they're trying to do. I get it, but it doesn't actually. It wouldn't work. Like I mean, it's.
This is a bad time to do it. You in an election cycle. You gonna pull this shit?
They don't. There's still people that think Joe Biden's really gonna win. So it's.
Oh boy.
Speaking of making sports content, there has been an influx the last 2 years, and JX, you know this because I know you've seen it. There's been an influx of people trying to do play-by-play in their home studio. Note, I said try.
Are you referring to a certain YouTuber? Because I think
I'm referring to a few of them.
How do you feel about John Boy Media? Because I like him a lot. I don't know if you follow him.
I like him. I like John Boy. I'm talking about the ones that try to do play-by-play.
See, I haven't run this.
I'm going there.
The only one I ran into was a Dominican dude. I don't remember his name. He did play-by-play baseball. It was okay, but I haven't. And I've run into like some random channels that do play-by-play football, but I don't see them. They don't pop. They're not consistent, I guess, because they'll pop up and then they'll just disappear.
JX, I have a question.
AB, I have a sentence I want to say, but I would like your permission to be totally raw.
Go ahead.
When I've seen a lot of black men try to do play-by-play, note I capitalized the word try. In 4 words, these niggas can't speak.
Who remembers Cedric the Entertainer's? There's a impression of a black man doing commentary for golf.
It's like,
and we're going to be closed down in about 5 minutes, folks.
Okay, then I will get this out. They do no research. They don't plan. They just turn on the computer and go. I listen to them and I laugh, and I'll stop there.
Yeah, I mean, play-by-play to me is kind of harder to do.
It is.
That's like
because you know your stuff. You be calling out the names of the people playing and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the thing is, I was saying this even at BGS. I was like, yeah, everybody has their sports. You got to pick your sport, and then honestly, kind of got to pick a team. In my opinion,
True.
It's hard to really cover all 3 because I just know as a baseball fan, there's people like when they talk about certain stuff of baseball, I'm like, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking. Like I can hear it. I'm like, they're still talking about like the Yankees being a top tier. I'm like, dude, like they've been struggling since Jeter. I'm like, they don't have a direction like at all. There's certain stuff like niche things within each sport that I'm like, if you follow it enough, not like from the biased fan perspective, but just objectively, you'll kind of pick it up. So, I for a while I had a really not an old laptop. My previous laptop had issues, and I finally I got a updated laptop at some point. So kind of now I'm at the point where I'm like, I could probably do more what I was originally wanting to do around like Orioles stuff because I wanted to ride it out. And I don't know if I'm not doing play-by-play. I'm just trying to do like, I don't know, either some type of like covering stuff that doesn't for a while was not covered on like the main sports network.
Like I said, you're my you're my Orioles
Yeah,
correspondent.
I'll put my thing in the private chat, my email, so we can
okay.
But yeah, that's because we can figure out how to format it. But I haven't the guys you're talking about, I haven't run into them. Like I've run into most like white dudes that would do like random football games, like random baseball.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see a lot for basketball, but I saw a lot for football. Then I would see baseball would always be Dodgers play-by-play or Yankees. It's like those two tend to have the most play-by-play people, but it's all they really do is just show the stream of the game. They just kind of like do a little bit of commentary. It's kind of like you watching it with them. It's interesting. I don't know if that works for them. It's different.
I'm gonna change all that and bring the old school back, and I'll allow AB to shut it down from there because I got to step away and get ready to take my daughter to work.
All right.
Drive safely, Snowman.
Check the back.
Thank you for coming through. Thank you everybody for coming through. Like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.